Good morning, gardening friends. Today is Tuesday, March 21st. It's spring. Yay! We had a frost night before last. It got down to 29. It nipped a few things in the bud. Nothing major. I'll show, what has happened in a few more days. It's kind of hard to tell just yet. But I thought I'd make a slightly different video today. Just covering cut flowers and how can you extend the life of your cut flowers. When I first started gardening, I remember I was so proud of my first camellia blossom, and I had a friend come from up north to visit, and I remember how proud I was of my first camellia blossom, and I showed it to him, and he promptly cut it and said, "Let's put it in a vase inside the house." And I thought to myself, "What did you do? Bring it back, bring it back." But in any event, that started my love of having some cut flowers in the house all the time. So I have lots of bud vases. And I typically do take cuttings from various and sundry things. And even things that I'm rooting, like Wandering Dude. If you put it on a nice clump while it's forming roots, you can enjoy it like a cut flower. But today I just wanted to talk about how can you extend the life of cut flowers. I mentioned once before about what I use, and I love these carnations, the mini carnations. I get them at the local supermarket, and I noticed on YouTube, I don't remember, I think Jay Schwanke, Schwanke, arranges cut flowers, and I learned from watching his videos how you can extend the life of cut flowers. And that is, first, when you prior to getting the flowers, whatever vase you're going to use, you clean the vase out really well. I use a little Clorox and rinse it out really well to make sure the vase is clean. And then, of course, when you buy the cut flowers, typically, oh, here it is, you get a little package of crystals. And this is Chrysal crystals. They come with the cut flowers. And you mix that in the water and put that in the vase. And then what he used, and I was able to find it online from Walmart, was this. He calls it Professional Glory, but you find it online. It's Chrysal Glory. And what you do, it's a spray, and you spray it over the blooms and the green parts of the, not the stems, but you basically cover the bouquet, top and bottom, with that stuff. And what it does is it seals the flower in, and so it lasts longer. It doesn't use up quite as much water because it doesn't lose water through the petals. Case in point, these carnations I've had now for 3 weeks, and it's going on their 4th. And every now and then you'll get one sort of like here that's starting to get a little brown on the edges, and you just cut that one out. But it really does extend the life. I can't guarantee if you use it, it's going to double the life of your cut flowers, but I've had these now for 3 weeks, and it'll be going on 4 shortly. So it's done all right by me. Typically, they'd only last probably about a week or 2. And I keep these in a dimly lit room. They're actually from my bathroom. Doesn't get a lot of sunlight. Cut flowers do last longer the darker the room you keep them in. They don't last as long in bright sunlight. The other thing I wanted to talk about is drying flowers. And of course, this is spring. So I'm in a zone 8B, and shortly there are going to be all kinds of gardening events in the area. Gardening shows and the like, at which you might see pussy willows for sale. What I did with these pussy willows is I just stuck them in a vase, no water, and let them dry. The trick with pussy willows is, and with any dried flower, once when you arrange them, you don't want to rearrange them continuously, because every time you rearrange them, if they brush against each other, they'll lose either some flowers or some catkins in the case of the pussy willow. But believe it or not, I've had these pussy willows in that vase for over 10 years. Now you might think, that's sick. Who keeps pussy willows for 10 years? Well, having been raised up north, I'm a frugal Yankee, and as long as there's some good in anything, I like to keep it. So you don't necessarily have to keep them for 10 years, but if you dry them properly, you can. Statice is another thing. This statice I bought last, I want to say September or October, and I just stuck it in the vase. Oh, that bee is in for a big surprise. Well, he found the live flowers. He's insistent too. In any event, back to the statice. Bought that last September or October and just stuck it in a vase and let it dry. And you can see, I usually keep that in my front porch. It looks fairly decent. And actually it still smells pretty good too. It smells like of dried hay. This statice, you can see inside the container, it's been bound together. I keep that one on top of my refrigerator. Believe it or not, that statice is over 5 years old. So there's a close-up of 5-year-old dried statice and less than 1-year-old dried statice. So once when you dry something, you can keep it as long as you want to. And that's about it for today. Oh, I should mention, you can get the Chrysal Glory online. Pretty much from anyone. I happened to get that one from Walmart. And I think it was about $16 or $17 for that bottle. You can get it in a larger container, which is actually cheaper, but I wanted to try it. And yes, $16 is more than I wanted to spend. However, I've had it now for about 6 months, and it's extended the life of the flower. So to be truthful, I don't buy less flowers, but since they last longer, I have them in more rooms. So I can't say as if it saved me any money, but I get to enjoy more flowers for the same cost. So that's about it for today. Have a good day, and I hope you're out enjoying this beautiful sunny weather. Take care.